What's up, guys? This is Emperor Hirohito, and welcome back to another historical reaction video thing. This is
Mikhail Gorbachev,
William Higginbottom,
Yoshinobu,
Marco Polo.
and today we're gonna be reviewing and reacting to Megamind.
Hello, my name is William Alfred Higginbottom, and most people know me from my very first the creation of the very first video game, Tennis for Two, later on to be reinvented to the video game Pong. And lesser known fact about me though is that most people don't know that I played a major point in the Manhattan Project, and the electronics that me and my team created were the ones that were used in the very first atomic bomb. And after witnessing the absolute sheer destruction and devastation that these weapons can cause against innocent lives, I decided to help found the nuclear non-proliferation groups, and in which I became the very first chairman and ended up becoming the executive secretary until 1994.
and there is no Queen of England.
There's no more Queen of
This
England?
is the real world, and you need to wake up.
What's this? It's a very large storm cloud, that's for sure. These laser lights are very cool. Many robots. Why? These robots could be very useful. I wonder how all these robots are.
Not a super one.
Very,
What's the difference?
visuals.
Presentation!
Definitely has presentation.
So, this movie clip from this movie called Megamind, it relates to my time because these new technologies and energies, like these robots that are all flying around the place and producing all these lights, if used in the wrong way, they could result in mass destruction. Like when I helped with the Manhattan Project and learned firsthand how devastating that these bombs could be. If these robots were to be used with these bombs, they would allow for constant destruction and with no fear for any casualties from the side that has access to them, because they could be remotely detonated. And it would just be terrifying.
Always thirsty, never satisfied. I understand you, well-dressed bird.
I've heard philosophical ideas like this on my travels.
It's a vacuum, isn't it? What's your vacuum like? Hey.
Ooh, lots of money. My family's very wealthy.
In a heated existential discussion with this dead-eyed plastic disc.
This particular scene in Megamind relates to me the most because along my many travels, I learned many new intellectual ideas and how different societies are constructed. This scene reminds me of my travels to China, meeting the Kublai Khan. The Kublai Khan was plenty rich and possessed lots of knowledge like Megamind, who is now leading over the city. The wealth also relates to my family roots because my Venetian family was very wealthy because of their involvement with trade route connections in the Mongol Empire.
What is up? I am Tokugawa Yoshinobu, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about me. So, you see, I was the last shogunate before the Meiji Restoration, and what I did is I saw the fighting and the badness, and I decided to make a change. I relinquished my power to go into the Meiji Restoration. And because of that, we were able to progress faster and enter a new age. It seems they are sparking a conflict. Oh, I haven't seen maneuvers like this since the uprising last week. Oh, personally, my warriors will always get up on that one. Oh, fencing. No. Fight with katana. Much better. Much better. No, anger is not the way. must be calm and focused when you're fighting. See, this is what happens. So, you see, the way this clip relates to me isn't exactly a good thing. You see, I wasn't Titan in that clip. I was Megamind. Titan was the USA, you see. And they were beating me because they had so much more power than me. And that caused me to lose my power, my role for my people. Because I got overthrown by the fear of the US of A. And due to that, I feel that I am on the losing side, just like Megamind. And because of that, I believe that while this movie is very sad, it is also absolute cinema.
My name is Emperor Hirohito, and I'm the greatest emperor to ever live. Hirohito. Me. Okay, so I was the Emperor of Japan. This one, from 1926 to 1989. I can't read that. I was the Emperor. I wrote all of this, but wait. I rock because I arrested Mussolini, Hitler, Stalin, and the Cold War. You can tell because they're cold, and like a snowstorm, and they're fighting. So my lasting impact from Japan, this was Japan before. So small. Very angry, not happy. Very small. But when I took over, Japan was an extremely angry and industrializing and rapidly growing empire. And this was after. See, small Japan, lots of territory. Very happy.
Who needs him?
Very big city.
We can beat Titan
Yeah,
ourselves. I say
some
we
of
go
those in
back to the
Hiroshima
evil lair, grab some ray guns,
and
hold him
Nagasaki.
sideways, and just go all gangsta on him.
We can't.
So that's it? You're just giving up?
I'm the bad guy. I don't save the day. I don't fly off into the sunset.
Yes,
And
a lot
I
of Americans
don't
perceive
get
me as
the
a bad guy
girl.
too, but
I'm going home.
Japan was just trying to be strong and expand its territory. I can kind of relate to the surrender because all the pressure the U.S. had on me during World War II could do nothing but just talk to the people in Japan
Thousands have
and
already
say that we're
fled the city
surrendering.
in a mass exodus. Remaining citizens are warned to stay indoors until further notice.
Destruction similar to the
Authorities have
atomic
issued
bombs
a
that
warning
had
to
gone
stay
over
out of the
Hiroshima and
downtown
Nagasaki.
area at all
I can see why
costs.
it's right.
What's your main line in this video? You know, I can find it relatable in my time as during World War II when the US decided to show up and destroy all my plants only after I bombed Pearl Harbor. Not that bad. You know, and then when the US showed up in the Pacific, not only with all of their soldiers and their entire naval fleet, which I thought had been destroyed, but was not, they also had 2 nuclear bombs. And so I can relate to Megamind in this clip because as he felt powerless due to Titan or Hal, his creation, he could not overcome the US, or in my situation, the US. And so Megamind surrendered, I can find relatable as he was powerless, he could not defend himself, just like Japan.
I was the Soviet Union's last leader before its eventual collapse. I took inspiration from the Western nations and implemented more westernized policies such as Perestroika and Glasnost. Perestroika was meant to help boost and fuel the economy, and instead it rather it didn't work out, while Glasnost was freedom of speech and press.
Perhaps Perhaps we took him for granted.
Oh.
Maybe we never really know how
Television.
good we have it until it's gone. We
Interesting.
miss you, Metro Man. I
Oh.
miss you.
I see.
And I have just one
Is that
question.
the American version of
Are you
Glasnost?
happy now?
Hmm.
This is Roxanne Ritchie reporting from a city without a hero.
Why is this blue-headed fellow so
Are you ready to be a slave?
so
army? What do you
silly?
need to know?
Slave army? Oh,
And
interesting.
wrap that up and give it to it.
Well, the reason of that clip being so relatable and what's the word? Relevant to the Soviet Union is that woman was the reporter. I don't remember her name. Right? She was using her freedom of speech, and you see that through the line. Coming up next, are we going to be a slave army? It's a very interesting thing to say, right? And you could say that in America on American television because of the freedom of speech, right? I was the one that introduced the freedom of speech and press into the Soviet Union through Glasnost. And so that clip really resonated with me as it kind of showed the potential future and potential situations that might come up from me passing Glasnost in the Soviet Union, right? Whereas if a civilian said that before I passed Glasnost, they would have been executed and killed on the spot. Now, they'll probably be looked into, but not executed.